The gift of democracy as the nation Nigeria marked 25 years of uninterrupted democracy. The governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyson Thalia, was represented at that event by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Joseph Anakani. He used the avenue to assure Benue people of his administration's commitment and determination to move the state forward, requesting for more collaboration from the church to do more. Governor Alia saw the Thanksgiving service as an opportunity to present their collective intentions to God, describing the church as pivotal in achieving the theme for this year's event, which was empowering the next generation.
We are not happy as citizens of Benue when we look at neighboring states and where we are. So the governor has come with a commitment and a determination to move Benue forward. And he seeks us that work with him and the entire people of Benue State to join hands with him so that we'll be able to achieve this.
Preaching on the topic, Rebirthing the Spirit of Excellence, Bishop Mike Ango stressed the need for humility and the fear of God to achieve excellence that would aid in achieving the nation's intention of empowering the next generation. While equally emphasizing the need for government to partner the church for development, Dr. Ango advocated reinforcement of unity by the church to achieve more results. Chairman of Christian Association of Nigeria CAN, Benue State Chapter, Bishop Wilfred Anagbe, represented by his vice, Reverend Jonathan Ugbede, explained that the caliber of believers that gathered for the church service was a sign of solidarity with the government, assuring that the church will sustain prayers for the governor while supporting his government to succeed. He describes the governor's leadership in the last 1 year as visionary, going by his achievement as governor in the short time in office, which he said have made the church proud. The youth wing of CAN in Benue State presented an award of honor to the governor as beacon of hope, progress and development during the event that also featured intercessory prayers for governments, the church, and Nigerians. Talking health matters, the Benue State government is to partner the United States government to establish an infectious disease center in the state. Governor Hyson Thalia announced this Tuesday at the Federal Medical Center Makudi, where he commissioned a molecular lab. According to the governor, the move to establish an infectious disease center is part of his administration's resolve to improve the healthcare sector in the state for effective healthcare delivery. Governor Alia said donation of the state-of-the-art molecular lab was a further commitment and support of the U.S. government to Nigeria, and particularly Benue State, to ending HIV and AIDS and other diseases. He said the lab will play a pivotal role in early detection of diseases, reaffirming the power of science and innovation to build a better tomorrow for generations to come. The governor revealed that his administration has made deliberate efforts to combat public health threats, and the molecular lab will complement their efforts to eradicate life-threatening diseases.
Our administration remains committed to leaving no one behind in our pursuit of health equity and justice. We shall continuously harness the power of science, innovation, and compassion to build a brighter tomorrow for generations to come. To reiterate our government's commitment to sustaining the HIV response in the state through the financing of HIV response, public health infrastructural development and support, PLWHIV, the children orphaned and made vulnerable by HIV, and other vulnerable populations for improved quality of life.
Acting Country Director, U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Nigeria, Susan Terrell, made an official presentation of the lab accreditation certificate to the governor. The molecular lab is meant to support accurate lab investigations, including viral load assessments and early infant diagnosis, while serving as a hub to receive and process samples. Now to education. The Benue State University Makudi is to partner the NSBI Koroma University of Science and Technology Sierra Leone for academic excellence. This was part of fallouts from a meeting between the Benue State government and leadership of NSBI Koroma University Tuesday at Government House in Makurdi. Of course, institutions of learning across the world are embracing technology and innovation to improve learning and teaching aimed at academic excellence. The government of Benue State is making sure that its only owned university, the Benue State University Makurdi, is at par with other world universities in building minds for a greater society. To achieve this, Governor of the state, Reverend Father Hassan Thalia, hosted the leadership of NSBI Koroma University of Science and Technology, Sierra Leone, to explore possible ways of collaboration to benefit the state and the country. He said that as a specialized institution that is vast in technology and innovation, collaboration with the Sierra Leonean University will add great value to his administration's quest to train Benue indigenes in ICT. Innovation in agriculture is one other area the governor is targeting. He revealed that his government is making efforts to improve food production in the hope that collaborations with the Science and Technology University will assist in achieving this objective.
We need their expertise at this university. They need ours. We've been on the corridor of academia for some time in the state now. What can we offer to this young institution? What can we tap from what they have? Our university has a element of the vocational and technological establishment. But is there anything they are doing that we are not doing? Or we are doing, or they are doing that we are yet to begin? Is there some ways of this collaboration? Is there a way we can infuse the great talents of those two nations on the West African coast so that something giant can be produced?
Leader of the delegation and Vice Chancellor of NSBI Koroma University of Science and Technology, Sierra Leone, Professor Edwin Momo, explained the purpose of the visit to seek academic collaborations with the Benue State University Makurdi. The chairman, Conference of Vice Chancellors and Principals in Sierra Leone, said the intended partnership will help the two countries improve cultures and traditions in building the continent of Africa. The visitors presented gifts to the governors, the first foreign alumnus of the university, who recently received a Doctor of Humanity by the NSBI Koroma University of Science and Technology, Sierra Leone. Shifting attention to justice and public order, the governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hassan Thalia, signed into law 10 bills recently passed by the Benue State House of Assembly. Governor Alia performed the exercise Tuesday at the Old Banquet Hall of Government House, Makurdi, in company of the Speaker, Benue State House of Assembly, Aunduna Daju, and other top government officials in the state. He said the laws were meant to protect the general safety of Benue people and to ensure that their rights as citizens are not abused by other people. According to Governor Alia, he was signing into law what will make the people understand that Benue is their home and that they will protect it to hand over to those coming after them a better state. He advised people of the state to think beyond partisanship for the interest of the state, emphasizing that his administration remains resolute until wholesome peace is guaranteed in Benue State. The governor, however, warned against intra- and interstate crises, calling on traditional rulers to be deliberate in their actions to ensure that permanent peace returns in their respective communities.
When it comes to law and order, please, my citizenry, forget about partisanship. What I'm signing here has nothing to do with APC. It has nothing to do with ABGA or Labour or PDP. I'm signing into law what would make us as a people to know that this is our home and to protect this home and turf of ours, and to pass on to those coming after us our genuineness, our legitimacy, our sincerity, and our truth. This is the high magnitude of what we do this afternoon. Thanks.
Presenting the bills to the governor, Speaker, Benue State House of Assembly, Aunduna Daju said, the bills that passed through all necessary legislative processes have been a testament to the commitment of the 10th Benue State Assembly to making laws that will impact positively on the people of the state. The Benue State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice and Public Order, Fidelism Nim, explained that no part of the Open Grazing Prohibition and Ranches Establishment Law 2017 has been repealed, as it is a Benue people-oriented law. The 10 laws signed by the governor include a law to make provisions for Benue State Drug and Health Commodities Management Agency, a law to prohibit harassment, extortion of money from land developers, violent and fraudulent conducts in relation to landed properties, popularly known as matching ground, a law to merge volunteer and livestock guards to provide for the establishment of Benue State Civil Protection Guards, a law to establish the Benue State Legislative Budget and Research Office, and a law to repeal the law making provisions for the maintenance of the former elected governors of the state and their deputies. Others are a law to provide for Benue State Youth Development Commission and implementation of sustainable youth policy, a law to amend the Public Procurement Commission law, a law to regulate the engagement of casual workers in the Benue State Public Service, a law to provide for the retirement of magistrates and judges, as well as a law to regulate the Benue State House of Assembly Commission law. We proceed on a quick break to be back shortly with more updates. Please don't go away. Welcome, and if you're just joining us, you are on to the program Government House on Benue Television. And on this program, we highlight activities of the Governor of Benue State and around Government House in the week just ended. Moving on, the Benue State Governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth, earlier charged traditional rulers and council chairmen of all local government areas with boundary issues to maintain peace as the government begins to carry out boundary demarcations. Governor earlier gave the charge Tuesday during an emergency meeting with caretaker chairmen, traditional rulers, and stakeholders from Gwe, Goma, Makudi, Otukbo, Ohimini, Kwande, Konshisha, Oju, and Vandika local governments in the presence of head of boundary commission at Government House in Makudi. It is no longer news that the lingering crises in some local government areas of the state have continued to defy simple dialogue. Many lives have been lost and property destroyed due to these land disputes. That was the reason behind the final stage of meeting by stakeholders in the state to bring lasting solution. Following security reports and requests by some local government councils coupled with the recent land conflicts in some border communities, the Benue State Boundary Committee had decided to call for that meeting to address various concerns. Governor Hassan Thalia, while addressing the stakeholders, informed that the state government is set to begin demarcation of 4 areas in the state and cautioned all to ensure that the demarcation is clear and respected by all.
So please, my fathers, the society demands of you so much. And as we come to mark the demarcations that is already done by all of you through our Uto and the Totiv and the Ochidoma, let the demarcations be respected. Let it be so loud and clear.
The state deputy governor, chairman of the Benue State Boundary Committee, Dr. Sam Ode, in his address, said that the committee under his watch will leave no stone unturned until peace is achieved, in line with the development agenda of the earlier administration, who is desirous to ensure that internally displaced persons return to their ancestral homes. Traditional rulers from the 3 senatorial districts, second-class chief of Vandika local government Nyongo Achiaku, his counterpart from Gwe Dominic Akpe, and that of Oju Daniel Legede, appealed for demarcation of neighboring communities to resolve boundary issues between the people for lasting peace and development of the areas. The caretaker chairman of Konshisha local government, Mr. Philip Achwa, representing caretaker chairman from Benue Northwest, the caretaker chairman of Gwe, Mrs. Comfort Agbo, representing Benue Northeast, and that of Otukpo Wisineche for Benue South, urged the stakeholders to key into the peace agenda of the earlier administration. Now, to boost the economy of the state, the Benue State government is to begin dredging of River Benue as a catalyst to economic development of the state. Governor Hassan Thalia announced these and other projects at Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida Square, Makudi, during the 2024 Democracy Day celebration. This year's Democracy Day celebration in Benue State took a different dimension, witnessing the crowd that has not been seen in recent years. The event preceded a democracy march led by Governor of the state, Reverend Father Hassan Thalia, from Government House Gate to IBB Square, venue for the celebration in Makudi, the state capital. According to the governor, the event was an opportunity to celebrate liberty and freedom, where the masses are drivers of democracy. He said in the past 25 years, Nigeria has experienced uninterrupted democracy, a feat he opines is worth celebrating. Governor Alia used the celebration to mention some of his achievements in the last 1 year, which he said has engendered economic growth through reforms in all sectors of the economy. He said his government has embarked on people-oriented projects through his administration's 7-point agenda, in line with the current economic realities. The state chief executive announced that over 400 kilometers statewide roads will be declared and contracted for construction in a matter of days, even as the administration begins demarcation in Benue communities to solve issues of land disputes. He revealed that his government has achieved these milestones without borrowing. According to the governor, his administration has concluded a legal framework to establish a civil security outfit to protect the state, with particular consideration for reviving moribund state companies to create more jobs for the youth, while increasing internally generated revenue.
As we mark democracy celebration, I hereby restate my commitment towards rewriting the socio-economic narrative of our dear Benue State. I am forever committed to building formidable systems and institutions premised on fairness, accountability, democratic ethos, equity, and justice. Although this task has been challenging, the impact so far has been very encouraging. For instance, we have nipped in the bud almost all the inter-ethnic community skirmishes that were prevalent before and after we came into office. As a government of popular consent, the government of the masses, I am mindful mindful of the honor and trust bestowed on me. For this, I have pushed sleep and comfort to the back seat to ensure that I live up to the expectations and terms of our social contract.
A minute silence was observed in honor of a former military governor of the state, Group Captain Joshua Obademi, who died this year at the age of 73 years. The governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Hyson Thalia, directed relevant agencies in the state to ensure continuation of services offered by Doctors Without Borders to benefit people of the state, particularly internally displaced persons. Governor Alia gave the directive Thursday at Government House in Makudi when he received a delegation from Doctors Without Borders. These visitors, Doctors Without Borders, were in the state for exit presentation to the state government after 6 years. Governor Hyson Thalia saw their departure as part of progress his administration has made in reducing the emergency situation of IDPs. The governor said the doctors were providing services such as primary health care, sexual and reproductive health care, as well as comprehensive health care services to survivors of gender-based violence. This, the governor said, must remain accessible by the people, especially IDPs. Directing the Director General, Bureau for International Cooperation and Development, Mr. Leo Vyashima, to ensure that a multi-sectoral sustainability plan is put in place to achieve the desired result. He requested that the doctors allow a micro team to continue to operate in the state to ensure seamless transition.
The departure of MSF signifies the culmination of an era of exceptional humanitarian service and also highlights the progress our administration has made in reducing emergencies. We are committed to doing even more, and we remain open to welcoming MSF back in the future.
Country representative of Medicine Sans Frontiers, Dr. Simba Tirima, justified their exit that the emergency situation that required their services has been greatly improved, especially the condition of those in internally displaced persons camps. State Coordinator of MSF, Mr. Salah Dongudu, and the Project Coordinator, Mr. Razid Erchin, both explained that during the 6 years, they provided healthcare services to 400,000 people, attended to 200,000 cases of sexual and reproductive health, provided 400,000 tents to IDPs, and 60 boreholes. And just before we anchor it on this edition of the program, the Benue State government discredited news in the media of borrowing money from the European Investment Bank to execute projects. A press statement by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Teso Okula, said the reports were untrue, misleading, and a figment of the imagination of the authors or rumor mongers and should be accordingly disregarded by the people of the state. The government spokesperson emphasized that the Governor-led administration has not borrowed any money since assuming office on May 29, 2023. Kula explained that the European Investment Bank, which has been quoted to have granted a loan to the state government, is not a money-lending agency but only finances and supports long-term projects within the European nations and in rare cases outside the European Union. According to him, the 25 million euros mentioned by the misleading information is not a loan but a grant to Benue State, due to the belief and trust in governance of his principle that have rekindled the confidence of lovers of development, thereby attracting donor agencies and development partners to the state. He further explained that the Federal administration has not yet seen any need to borrow money, assuring people of the state that the governor will explain to them why and how much is to be borrowed and for what purpose anytime the need arises. The CPS therefore assured Benue people that the 25 million euros grant, when assessed, will be used by government for the purpose it is meant for. This is where we leave it on this edition of Government House on Benue Television. We promise to be back with updates in the next edition. I've been your guide, Emmanuel Akuna. Enjoy the rest of the week.